Now I'm going to show you what happens in a real game when you try to do an opening with the basic principles of chess. That is, you have to adjust the basic principles based on what the other player does. So to do this, I'm going to play with a bot, and I'm going to pick Blair bot. No time control. So once again, I'm going to move the king pawn out. And now you see if I just move this other pawn out, it's going to be under attack. So I might move it part way out, or I might start by defending this square with this knight. That's a good opening move. You want to get this piece out, and now this spot is defended. I could go ahead and move this out more safely. This pawn got moved out here. Nothing really being attacked here. This side is preparing possibly to move the bishop to what's called a fianchetto position, being involved in this diagonal. You do that by moving out a knight's pawn on one side or the other. So that's probably going to happen, and that's going to attack the square again. So we have to think about how we will defend that. But for the moment, I'm going to go ahead and move this other pawn out because it's not attacked twice yet. And I can do this. So you can see I've had to make some changes to the logic here based on what the other player does. I can't move my knight here to get it out of attack. I could move it maybe here, but it would be chased away soon. It's kind of a wasted move. I could move it back, which is probably what I'll do. Or, yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll just move it back for now. So let's get the other knight out. They brought their knight out, attacking this pawn, but is defended. I might defend it a second time by moving this bishop to this square here instead of to one of the other ones that are possible. And they did fianchetto their bishop, but they are blocking it, so they won't be able to activate it really until they move one or both of these pieces out of the way, although it could defend those pieces. They castled on this side. It would be possible for me to castle now because I have enough pieces out of the way, so I'm going to do that. This bishop is moved out, but isn't immediately attacking anything. It would probably go here to attack the knight, which is defended by this pawn. It could go here, nope, here, nope, here, nope. So it's fairly limited to what it can do. So I'm going to go ahead and move my queen forward so that the rooks see each other. Just conservatively one step forward. I could have moved it here too. They did the same thing. So that's a basic opening adjusted for what the other player has done. None of my pieces are critically attacked. There could be aggressive moves coming, but in fact all of my pieces are pretty well defended. The bishop out here is defended by the queen. This pawn could move forward, and I'd have to maybe move the bishop back once or twice depending upon what they do with their pawns here. This pawn is defended by both the knight and the bishop. The queen is defended by the knight. Everything in this row is defended by at least one pawn behind it. The rooks are back out of the way and not really in any kind of danger. The king is protected behind pawns. One thing you might want to consider at some point is making some space. Sometimes they call it Luft, the German word for lifting. The danger of not doing that is that if these rooks weren't back here and a queen or a rook came into the back rank here, it would checkmate the king because the king couldn't get out of the way and it couldn't take the piece that's this far away. So sometimes you want to make a little space, or you want to at some point work your king out into the play in the middle game. So you need to watch for the possibility of being what's called back rank checkmated. At this point, I suggest that you play on one of the boards, either in solo mode to practice and try things, or play against one of the bots, learning how to adjust your opening for what the other player does.